Imagine a 99-man crew sitting in a steel tube deep under the Atlantic Ocean, just a few days away from homecoming, when suddenly everything goes dark. In May 1968, the USS Scorpion was one of the most advanced nuclear-powered attack submarines in the American fleet. Yet it vanished without a single distress signal. It was the height of the Cold War, a time of shadows and secrets, and the loss of the Scorpion remains one of the greatest maritime mysteries in history. Even decades later, we still do not have a definitive answer as to why it ended up at the bottom of the ocean. The Scorpion was returning from a deployment in the Mediterranean and had been diverted on a secret mission to observe Soviet naval activity near the Canary Islands. The crew finished their task and radioed their position, expecting to be back in Norfolk, Virginia, within a week. But that homecoming never happened. When the sub failed to arrive, the Navy launched a massive search, but they were looking for a needle in a haystack across thousands of miles of deep water. They eventually found the wreckage using acoustic data from underwater listening stations that had recorded the sound of a catastrophic implosion. The submarine was discovered shattered into pieces on the seabed, more than 10,000 feet below the surface. This discovery did not end the speculation. It only fueled the fire for dozens of theories about what really went wrong. The official Navy inquiry pointed toward a freak accident involving a Mark 37 torpedo. The theory suggests that a battery might have overheated, starting a fire that triggered the torpedo's motor while it was still inside the tube. In a desperate attempt to save the ship, the crew may have tried to deactivate the weapon, but it likely exploded, blowing a hole in the hull and sending the sub into a fatal dive. Many veteran submariners find this explanation hard to swallow. They argue that the internal safety mechanisms would have prevented such a disaster and point toward other possibilities. Some believe the sub suffered a massive mechanical failure in the trash disposal unit or the ventilation system, leading to rapid flooding that the crew simply could not contain in time. Then there is the more chilling possibility that usually gets whispered in hushed tones: the Soviet connection. This was 1968. The same year, the Soviet sub K-129 also went missing under mysterious circumstances. Some theorists suggest the Scorpion was engaged in a deadly game of cat and mouse with a Soviet vessel and was either accidentally rammed or intentionally sunk in an act of retaliation, while the Navy officially denies any evidence of a battle. The timing and the classified nature of the sub's final mission keep the rumors alive. We may never know the absolute truth because the depths of the Atlantic do not give up their secrets easily. The site is still monitored for radiation today, serving as a silent graveyard for 99 sailors who never got to say goodbye. It is a haunting reminder of the immense risks taken by those who operate in the world's most unforgiving environment. What do you think happened to the USS Scorpion? Was it a tragic technical failure? Or is there a darker story the government is still hiding from us? Let me know your theories in the comments below. If you found this deep dive into naval history fascinating, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more mysteries from the deep.